We are live. Finally, what's going on? This is number 4 of our. It's gonna be like pretty much daily live stream on YouTube, and I'll be sharing it over there to Facebook to our spectacular group. Yeah. These first videos are just kind of me getting used to sitting down there and talking. We're living in spectacular times. It's just so much craziness out there going on. And if nothing else, I just want to document these times, things I feel like are important and just document them myself. So, years later down the road, I can look back on these times and I just realized what spectacular times they have been. For real. And, there's so much going on geopolitically, conflicts, these things we're into. And, I remember 2008 when we had that, that thing. And, this might end up being a lot worse than that. Well, there's just all kinds of, what's going on. But this is what bothers me is I can't really explain it, but I'm a veteran, and basically I was brainwashed for a very long time. And for me it started with the weapons of mass destruction. I looked for them for 5 years, put myself in some very dangerous situations. Actually got injured looking for these things, and they were never found. They were never there. And as time goes on, we're finding out we knew they were never there. I'm talking about Iraq now. And I'll never ever forget it, because I joined, my grandpa, every male in my family was served except for me. So when after 9/11, man, I went right down to the recruit board. I was 34 years old. So I was a lot older than most recruits. I remember we were like one of the first. I was attached to a army unit, and we were one of the first ones. And our first mission when we got into Baghdad was we would guard the Ministry of Oil. And, we were getting hit almost every night because Mr. Oil, that was a big deal there. It was scary, too, because every morning we're still trying to keep the place open, but it was always getting attacked because of the, Ministry of Oil. It was a big deal. And really beautiful building, too. Really nice complex. But for me, the scariest part was every morning we would have to, at 50 count, all these cars would be coming into the ministry. And it was so scary because it's when they first started doing the IEDs and putting bombs in cars and that kind of stuff. And it just used to give me the heebie-jeebies when it's your turn to go up there and open the trunk up or something. Man, it's scary. But you learn what to look for. If you have a car that looks real heavy in the back, we have precautions. But we took casualties like that too. Crazy times, man. And I started seeing things a lot differently. What really kind of like put me over the edge was the way we left Afghanistan. Just terrible. And then when the conflict going on right now happened, I remember right away, because I didn't even really know anything about that whole situation. And I remember right away I felt strange because the mainstream media, oh shit, oh whoa, hold on, man. The mainstream media, they have been caught up in a bunch of conspiracy theories that turn out being real. We went through all this stuff with Russia, and all that. So when they jumped right on board back in Ukraine, and so did everybody else, that just threw up warning signs in my mind. So what I did was I listened to uh Putin and his reasoning into going in doing what he was doing, and then I researched everything he said, and it all turned out to be true, man. I was like, wait a minute, what? There's Nazis still around? And basically, he's doing everything he said he was gonna do. Now, I don't understand the whole Kyiv, why he sent that big. Actually, it wasn't that big of a convoy. I believe what he was hoping. I think he even thought this in his mind that they would just give up. Maybe. But if you look from the very beginning, he started fighting the same way he's fighting now. And they've taken a lot of land. A lot. I mean, just go look at battles we did in Iraq for like Fallujah and these places, and we're fighting just terrorists. Let me tell you something. Ukraine's army is one of the strongest armies in Europe, probably, if not the strongest. And I'm saying that because look, we funded a coup in 2014. Okay? There was a legally elected government. We funded a coup. And the people that put this all together are the exact same people that are in charge now. Blinken, Biden, Newland, the young-looking guy. What's his name? Starts with an S. I forgot his name. It's all the same people that started this whole thing. So what I've started believing is what a president we had a long time ago warned us about, called the military. Oh wait, I'm gonna get to the. I was charged of being a scammer. Okay, I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Well, anyways, what was I talking about? I forgot. I got a real bad memory. I got hit in the head a few times. Had 5 heat strokes, and my memory's just terrible. And it drives me crazy because it's just like this. I'll be right in the middle, talk something, and I'll forget it. I'll misplace something and I can't find it. I mean, I have a real bad problem with that. It drives me crazy. God, it was important too, damn it. Everything I got to say is important. I'm just kidding. What was I saying? So anyways, the way they've been fighting is the same way they are now the whole time. It's been slow and deliberate. And the way we would fight stuff like this is we would have like probes go out, find the enemy, then we bombard them with, but we do it differently than what Russia's doing it. They just goddamn, like, they find, first of all, you got to realize Ukraine already had defensive setups all around their cities from the Soviet era. These defensive they got, and then since 2014, we have been training them to NATO standards. We've been supplying their military. So everything we're giving them now has already been demolished, taken out by the Russians already once. So basically, we're kind of rebuilding what they've already lost. And it's complicated, man, because pretty much as fast as we get in there, they're taking it out. And we never expected this. I believe we have this military-industrial complex. There's always has to be these conflicts going on to justify spending all this money. And Russia's an easy one, man. It was going to happen at some point. And now it's even coming out that we were already planning to start to shoot with Russia. And the plan is, what we do is then once we did, we thought these sanctions was going to put them under. That's the bottom line. We thought these sanctions was going to put them under, and then we could go in there and split up Russia into 20 different little states and go in there and just sanction the shit out of them, put in people and just suck these places dry of their minerals and their wealth, and look what we're doing look what we did in Libya. Look what we're doing right now in Syria. It's sickening. We're working with terrorist groups that we're fighting against. We're working with them now to try to take out Assad's regime. Russia went in there and saved his ass. It looks like Russia's been kind of fucking us up lately, is what it looks like to me. But our militaries, see, like just like Ukraine, Syria has like a bread basket, and there's oil there. It's like fucking the Adam and Eve, the garden, it's where all their mineral wealth and their oil is, and we're just taking it. We're just taking it and funding these terrorist groups with the money and working with them, it's sickening to me that I'm starting to wake up to these, what we're involved. I don't think we're the world's rules-based order. That just sounds weird to me. I don't like the way that sounds. It sounds like we're like pushing our agenda on other people, man. The way we're doing it, I'm starting to read about these, they're called NGOs. And what we'll do is we'll go into these countries like we're going to help them, maybe with food. But really what we do is we go up there and find certain people and start causing problems in that country to overthrow the government, man, basically. The problem is anytime there's sanctions or anytime we don't get what we want, we do this sanction thing. But the thing is, the sanctions don't hurt the people with the money. It hurts the people, man. The people are the ones that always pay the price. Every time. When I was in Afghanistan, it was the people that suffered. All the orphan children, man. And the world has gone through this so much that we are not liked around a lot of the world. They're starting to catch on a little bit, if you understand what I mean. And we're responsible for a lot of death and destruction and devastation, man. And I'm not saying that we're evil or nothing, but I think the people running our countries and stuff, the way they're trying to get their agendas across, and the way the way our country's divided over such weird reasons, instead of concentrating on things that are important to the people, man, like our infrastructure and our borders, safety. We're going over just spending billions and billions of dollars over in Ukraine, and now it's coming out. Now listen to this. Okay, the rumor comes out that a lot of these weapons are getting found on the black market. There's stories about when these convoys pull up with all these weapons, that there's lines of cars, and they're just flashing money and buying weapons, and it's like it's crazy. It's like something you can never imagine. And you hear this. It's not just something I make up. You hear it from somebody, and you can go investigate it. Different resources, and I'm going to end up sharing with you the names of the people that I get a lot of my information. A lot of it's maps, people that really study maps, and they'll have maps that are pro-Ukrainian, maps that are pro-Russian. It's important stuff, man. The bottom line is on that too is we have been so misled by our media and by our own, every day they give a a briefing, and they kind of explain everything going on. And just the way they give these briefings, it just like it makes it look a lot better than what's really happening. Trust me. And then you got these groups that all they do is write reports to give to the government. And the reports are just so misleading. Like there's actually a chance for them to go out and win this war. It's not gonna. Somebody. It's not gonna happen like that. I've always found out in life the truth, as best as you can tell it, is always the best way to go. Because now, like old Lazinski, he like fired 28 of his closest people, because what happened is one of these systems, HIMARS systems, fell into the hands of the Ruskies. They bought it because Lazinski, they kind of come up with this policy where they're pushing these guys to the front and not letting them retreat. And the Russians, what they do is they just bomb, and it's just tearing these guys up, man. It's like a meat factory. There's videos of it, and they just don't stop. People say, when are they going to run out of freaking ammunition? Look, they're probably using stuff. They probably sided in with, or I'm trying to think how they do. They probably just use old Soviet era ammunition, and they got drones and spotters, and they'll get that stuff as close as they can with. They're just using probably old stuff. They got so much of that old stuff, they'll never run out. And then I believe they've been building up since 2014. I think right after that coup, Putin knew that this was going to happen. I think he's been stocking up since 2014. So what is that, 8 years? Okay, they'll run out in 8 years. They got 7 more years to go. They're not going to run out. They're already building it. They're replacing what they use every day, probably. They got huge factories in Russia. Huge. And the thing about their system is they're not buying stuff brand new like we, you know what I mean? They're not paying $80 billion or whatever for a freaking plane, $1 billion for a plane. They get it a lot cheaper probably because of the way they run things over there, That's what I'm thinking. So anyways, these sanctions, man, I guess they thought that was just going to win the war, and they were going to be able to go in there and go right on to China, because that's one of the stories I wanted to read today, man. We keep poking these people needlessly, and the next one is next month they're going to send Miss Pelosi over to China or over to Taiwan. And China's come right out and said, look, if you send her over there, the second she touches foot on Taiwan soil, all hell's going to break loose. That's what they said. And every day it seems like it's one of these little trip mines or something that's getting thrown out there. And, so dangerous the way we're playing this game, man. So dangerous. And I'm not gonna do it this time, but if you're interested, I'm gonna start sharing these links, these map links, because that's where I get the actual intel that I gather. And there's like 3 or 4 different ones. Some of them lean Ukraine a little bit. Some of them lean Russian. One of them's directly from. I'll tell you who to me, the most honest of any of them is the Russian military. They pretty much come out there and, they don't go too deep into their losses, but they go into what's going on, what cities are getting captured, how close they are to cash in. It's pretty much right on. Then you got some, what's going on here? They got quite a few reporters. Some of them stay kind of Russian side, some of them stay on the Ukraine side, but they're pretty good about reporting exactly what's going on. Yeah, so that's what I want to do is kind of not only that, but these guys that I get a lot of my information from, they live in Britain and they live in when I was in Greece, and it's a lot of the let me tell you something. Europe's falling apart, man. They're burning. The whole Europe's burning. Done. The economies are flipping out. The people that run the places are quitting. Just unbelievable what's going on. And then you see our situation here. I mean, oh man, we got countries coming together, making this brick stuff, and man, I'll tell you what, we need to come together as people and just work on our country, goddammit, because we're on our own pretty much. It's over. It's over. We can't. It's either if we don't watch out, we're gonna get ourselves into a war. We need to just concentrate on ourselves, fix our problems, and quit trying to be something we're not. Because we're not that anymore, man. And we don't need to be that anymore. There's no reason to be able to fiddle around everybody else's problem. I don't believe I see China or Russia been out there taking over shit for the last 20 years, one after the other. I ain't seen it, man. I see them protecting their borders, and they've warned for years. And this is what's crazy is Ukraine could have had the best deal of anybody. All they had to do was sit back and get the best from both. That's all they had to do. But you know why they didn't do it? Because of us. We wanted this to happen. I guarantee it. But we thought the sanctions would work, and they didn't. Okay, let's move on to something else. So this is what my plan is. I'm gonna get on here, talk about what I feel, maybe what you feel are some important topics, something that pops up every day. And the way I'm going to do it is every day I go to my Facebook page. Have you ever seen that? And see, I'm going to learn how to put the stuff on my post where you can see behind me like the articles and stuff. But I don't know how to do that yet. So what I do is, and this is the other thing, a lady accused me of scamming because I put I have a PayPal and I have the other one, PayPal and Cash App, in case anybody want to give veteran support a donation. You know how many donations I've gotten on Cash App and PayPal since I started veteran support in 2013? I think 3. Every year I do a donation drive, and with my PayPal and Cash App, the first year I made about $1,000 donations, and ever since then it's gone down. This year I made about $200. Okay. So every time I go out, every time someone calls me and I go out and actually physically help them, it costs me time and money. It does. Doing what I do costs me a lot more money out of my pocket. Okay. Let me tell you a little secret. I haven't been doing the hands-on stuff as much lately because I was just hurt on my back for a long time. But what I do now is I do a lot of information. Like I got some really good contacts. Veteran Support does up at the VA, and they got so many programs for veterans. No, so pretty much whatever the issue is, I know the directors and the people what program to get them into. Is what I'm trying to say. What was I gonna say? Yeah, by buying a house. Okay, when I got hurt, I lost everything because my compensation didn't come in for a long time, years, and I had a hard time after that keeping a job down because of both mental and physical reasons. And I lost everything. My credit got screwed. So I've been renting for years. And I finally, just actually this week, my credit score went up high enough where I could buy a house again through the VA. And I've already bought one house through the VA. So, I help soldiers or veterans in different areas. They don't have to be, like down and out and on the streets for me to help them. I've been through the VA, the school, everything. And a lot of questions are asked, and I don't answer them. Other veterans do. When people ask questions, the domiciliary is probably the best thing they got going. I've been through the program. I had an addiction problem, and I went to the rehab. I was hooked on opiates, and it wasn't. It was just the fact I had to get off them. I'm not gonna get into it. I just had to get off them. It was hard. I always kept my bills and had a good place to live with my family, and but it just got to the point where I had to get off them, and it was hard. It was hard. But they got this program. I wasn't homeless or nothing, but for veterans that are drug addicted and they're homeless, and they got all these benefits coming to them. The domiciliary is, and I got to know all the directors and the counselors. That's the best place for a veteran that's really down and out to go. And I've already, veteran support, since I found out about this a little over a year ago, we've already got 3 or 4 guys through the program and totally changed their life. So I'm not scamming nobody. This stuff we do costs me money. But let me say this. We got one of the best groups, I believe. Veteran support group is a Facebook buy and sell group. And what's cool about that is it's automatically hooked in with Facebook Marketplace, okay? And then you can hook it into 20 additional local buy-sell groups. So what I did was I went out and investigated like the best ones that I thought were the best ones. Some of them got 30, 40,000 members. And what we do is I attached our group to their groups. And so when somebody sells a product on veteran support, it's put out in front of a lot of people immediately. And I know some other little tricks. So that's the point I was saying is, and this is the cool part, I could quit doing it for months, half a year. And then I go back and start doing it again. It picks up right where it left off. And let me tell you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about driving down the road and just seeing a piece of furniture that's in halfway decent condition and picking it up and just selling it as is or putting some time into it. I was making all kinds of money. Not all kinds of money, but I was making enough money to do my veteran thing and end up the week with quite a bit of money in my pocket. Now, if you want to call that scamming, whatever. But I don't need to scam. I'm doing good. But then I got hurt and stuff. I kind of look, my wife don't let me do it because I always had stuff in the garage. But I kind of look forward to doing it again because, it kept me busy and it was pretty cool. It was my time. I did it as I wanted to do it. But for somebody that needs help getting into something, that's a perfect thing to do right there, And I'm the kind of person, if anybody that knows me, that I'll do. It makes me feel good to help somebody and see them better themselves, And my grandpa taught me a long time, if you do something for somebody, don't ever expect anything in return because you'll get your feelings hurt. But enjoy helping somebody and seeing them do better in their life. That's what's important. And that's why I would never scam anybody as far as whatever she thought I was scamming. No. We're helping people, and I enjoy it. I get a big kick out of it. And I believe our group is special because the items that are going up for sale, they're really nice. Yeah. And then I put a lot of other people as administrators, and there's some people really doing a lot more than I do as far as um making sure there's not bad things going up, stuff like that. People taking the job serious. So that's why I think we got a fantastic group, and the opportunity to use this to your benefit is tremendous. I told people that if they have a business, they can advertise their business on there all they want, and people will start to remember you're in there. We have a service section. People, a lot of people, I just don't think are taking advantage of that because maybe they don't need to. They just like being a part of better sport. I don't know, but it's a lot there. If you own a small business, I would get in our service department. One guy got a $500,000 contract by being in there. He was my old maintenance man to the place I lived, but he was really good at what he did because he'd come down here retired. He used to have his own business. Now he just does his handyman. Well, he does really good work. And somebody from veteran support just happened to call him, and he was in veteran support, and they're both kicking it, man. Making money. Like I said, these hard times, I've always done pretty good in hard times. Where I screwed up was nobody ever taught me about money, really. How that when the times are hard, that's the time to have some cash put away, and you can get some really good deals on stuff. So that's what I was telling my wife. I finally got my credit back up where I could buy a house again, but right now everything's really high, and the interest rates are going high. And I've been through this the first house I bought. Even if the value of the house comes down, interest rates going up. You're still gonna have a high payment. So hopefully, if the prices go way down, I'll be able to buy low, and then hope I can refinance at a higher, lower interest rate. That's what I'm hoping. But we're excited, man, to be able to buy a house again. So, anyways, that's my point. I'm not scamming anybody. I don't have time to scam anybody, really. And like I said, I got a handful of guys that are homeless that I go see once a week, once every 2 weeks. And guess what? It costs me money. I'm spending more money out of my pocket than I'm making. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah. We moved, and I'm just not ready. I don't want to jump back into what I was doing. I don't need to right now. What I want to do, I had the veteran support, what do you call it? The store and our page opened up, but nobody, man, I spent so much time. Nobody ever bought one thing off it. Like I said, I wasn't doing it to make money for me. I was just thought members would think it was cool, but it's just because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what people want to buy, man. So I just shut that back down. And right now, I used to put I stayed away from politics, and I would put pictures up of just pretty things, and hundreds of people would see them. But then, like I said, after Afghanistan, I started getting a little political, and then what happens is Facebook already kicked me off once for a week, and then they'll kick me off twice. I'm sure when I start doing these videos at YouTube, I'm sure I've already screwed up. Isn't it make you sick the way they're not letting people talk anymore? Just the basic. It's not like I'm saying anything bad, but everything I've been saying, they could probably pick apart and put me off as something I'm not. It's really crazy. You can't even speak freely here anymore. It's weird. Times are strange. But if you look, like I said, there's 10,000 of us, and let me show you over here, man. I'm not fooling around. I got me a little stash going on, a little stashy going on over there. in the refrigerator. I mean, in the closet. In the closet, got a lot of rice and beans, and so I started off just getting like. There's 3 of us. I probably got enough for about 3-4 months there, which ain't shit if the stuff really hit the fan. But I'll say this: I've been through a natural disaster, and it don't take long, man. It don't take but about 4 or 5 days of people not having food and water. And next thing you know, it gets a little scary out there at night. I'm telling you right now, I've been through it. I've been through it in Iraq when the sun goes down and people are hungry, starving. Better have a plan. That's for damn sure. And I couldn't buy a fucking shotgun because I had a medical marijuana card. Damn it! So anyway, that's crazy, isn't it? All right. Well, I appreciate your time. And like I said, in the future, it's going to be... Oh, look. I would love for every veteran support member to donate $1 to veteran support, $1 a year. And if I had $10,000, you know what I'd do? I'd just put it back for when we needed it. You remember the time one of our members' house burned down? We come up with $1,200 in like 4 days because they had no Christmas. We've done some damn good things at veteran support. I'm proud of it. But right now, we're just at the level where we're doing the information, and I just want to know where to go from here. Give me some ideas, what you're interested in. Just a lot of opportunity. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd be glad to help anybody. So anyways, I'm going to end this one here. I hope you enjoyed it. There's a lot going on. It's just the beginning. Thank you. What did I say, Ann? All righty. See you later.